so welcome to this first and kind of spontaneous yoga class, or virtual yoga class. So hopefully in some way I can keep sharing my love of yoga with my students, and we're all having to spend a little bit more time in our homes and maybe away from one another a bit. So today we're going to start in Vinyasa, or child's pose, a nice wide-legged child's pose. So we'll just start by taking the knees nice and wide, having the big toes touching behind. And then you can just start by extending the arms out in front of you and just allowing your forehead to find the mat. Just allow yourself to settle. Just allow your body to soften. Allow the hips to soften down towards the heels. Just allow any tension to leave the arms, let the elbows be soft, the shoulders soft. It's really allowing the heart to soften down a little more. And allow that space between your eyebrows to soften and broaden. And just start to notice your breath. Just noticing your breath's natural rhythm. And then you can start to deepen your breath. So really send the breath down into your belly. Allow the belly to expand, filling that space between the thighs. Lengthening your exhale. Really breathing in to fill the belly, and then let the breath rise to fill the sides of the ribs and then the chest. And then as you exhale, let the breath leave the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Breathing into the belly, the sides of the ribs and the chest. And then exhaling the chest, the ribs, and the belly. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhaling chest, ribs, and belly. Breathing into the belly, the ribs, the chest. Exhaling chest, ribs, and belly. Keep going with that breath. Allowing yourself to really center in on your breath, so everything else can start to drop away. There is nothing else that you need to do right now but breathe. the moment there is a lot of change happening, a lot of different things going on, and almost a bit of panic in the world. So it's so important to find your sense of calm, your center. And so I really want today's class just to be about centering in, being here in the moment, and giving yourself a break from any other stresses that might be going on in your life, going on in the world. Leave them behind so you can arrive in the moment and give yourself the space that you need to cultivate your sense of inner calm. Your sense of connectedness to yourself. A sense of inner stability. Maybe when the outside world feels a little unstable, it's when you connect in. To that stillness that's inside of you. Coming back to the breath. Maybe with your inhales you feel a sense of really arriving, just being fully aware that you're breathing in. And then as you exhale, a sense of letting go, centering in. Taking 3 more deep breaths. And then when you're ready, taking a nice deep breath in, opening the mouth, letting it go. We're just going to start to make your child's pose a little bit more active. So as you breathe in, start to walk the fingertips away a little. So the elbows lift off the ground and you start to lengthen through the waist. Breathing in, reaching a little bit more. And then as you exhale, start to walk the hands over to the right, just finding a nice stretch down the left side of the body. Really keeping the bottom drawing down towards the heels as you start to really reach a little bit more through the hands. And you can try pulling or pushing with one hand. That might make that stretch feel even better through the left side. Keep breathing. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, walk those hands over to the left. Again, really keeping the right hip drawing down and reaching a bit more through the hands. Really send the breath into the right side. So this should feel good. Make it feel good. Make it feel nourishing. Take another breath in. And then exhale, gently walk those hands back to center. And then slowly you can start to roll up through the spine. Beautiful. And just bring those knees in, coming forward onto the hands and the knees. Just keeping the knees underneath the hips. You can untuck the toes if you like. And then you can just start to walk the hands out, allowing the heart to melt down to the floor, coming into Anahatasana or melting heart pose. So you can either take the forehead onto the ground or you can tilt all the way back and have the chin just on the floor. So just really breathing here. Really try and open up through the chest, open up through the shoulders. And so just like the name describes, you want to allow the heart to melt down. So this is a beautiful opener through the thoracic spine and for those shoulders, maybe even the front of the neck. And then slowly you can start to walk those hands back in, coming back into all fours. And just moving through some cat-cow. So bring the hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Really spread the fingers wide. Have a little micro bend in the elbows so they're not extended all the way out. And then as you breathe in, start to open the heart forward, tilt the sitting bones high. And then as you exhale, round the spine, draw the chin to the chest, tuck the tailbone under. Breathing in, opening up. And then exhale, round. Just move with your own breath, find your own rhythm. Two more breaths. And then when you're ready, inhaling and finding a nice neutral spine, tucking the toes under at the back, just walking the hands slightly forward, and then you can press up and find your first downward dog. So you can take any movements, feel good here. I like to just kind of bring the weight onto one leg and roll the ankle on one side and changing over, rolling the ankle on the other side. You can walk out the dog, so just gently bending one knee, straightening the other. Beautiful. And then just take the feet, keep them hip distance apart and start to walk the hands back towards the feet. Coming into a nice forward fold. Take a deep bend in the knees so the belly can rest on the thighs. And then just bring the hands to opposite elbow creases. So you can really hang here. You might want to shake the head and nod the head. Just breathing. Maybe rolling the shoulders from the shoulder blades. Just allowing the spine to really cascade over the legs. Beautiful. And then gently, you might just release those hands. And my favorite pose, or one of them anyway, you can interlace the hands behind the back and then start to draw those shoulder blades together and down the back, and then you can start to encourage the hands up and over, down towards the floor. Breathing into the chest. Allow the shoulders to open. To intensify the stretch to the backs of the legs, you can really start to tilt the sitting bones to the ceiling. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, gently release those hands down. And then you can start to walk back out into your downward dog. Maybe just finding a little bit of stillness in this first downward dog.
Spreading the fingers wide, spreading the toes wide. So you want to have a little micro bend in the elbows and then rotate the triceps or your outer upper arms down towards the floor and feel how that starts to engage the muscles in the side of the body. Really lifting the sitting bones high. You can keep a little bend in the knees and that will help you to soften the heart back to the thighs. And then from here you might want to start to just gently straighten the legs. See how you go. Sometimes I practice with a bend in the knees for most of the practice. Keep breathing. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, rising up to the balls of the feet. Take the gaze between the hands and you can just slowly start to walk towards the front of the mat. Have the big toes touching, the heels slightly apart. And just allowing yourself to cascade over the legs. Breathing in to lengthen the spine, finding a halfway lift. So you can either have the hands, they can either be fingertips on the floor, or you can have the hands just on the shins. But you really want to have a length through the spine here. So all the way from the sitting bones up to the crown of your head. Really almost lift the tips of the shoulders back here. So you want to have a broadness through the collarbones. See if you can draw up through the pelvic floor. If that's too much to think about, just find this shape and breathe. One more breath here. And then exhale, folding forward over the legs. Pressing down through the feet and inhale, reaching all the way up so the fingertips touch above your head. And then exhale, bring the hands down to your heart. Breathing here. You might want to close down the eyes. Feeling down into your feet. Finding a nice sense of stability. And find a sense of strength or really strong foundations. So you start to activate the legs. You can do this by almost pressing the feet away from one another at the same time, drawing the legs together. And you want to lengthen up through the spine, broaden the collarbones, lifting up through the crown of the head. Keep that nice strength in the legs as you breathe in, raise the arms high. And then exhale, folding forward, really lead with the heart all the way down. Inhale, find your halfway lift. So fingertips on the floor or hands to the shins, rolling the heads of the shoulders back. Exhale, fold. One more of those. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold, plant the palms, stepping back into a high plank. I recommend that you lower the knees for this first one. And just start to draw the belly button to the spine, or you can think about drawing the fronts of the hip bones together. This just helps to really activate the core here. Take a nice deep inhale. And then exhale, you can start to come all the way down to the floor, keeping the elbows almost brushing the sides, they come nice and close. Untuck the toes, press the tops of the feet into the floor so the kneecaps lift. You want to be really strong through the legs. Breathing in, find a baby cobra, squeeze through the backs of the arms. And then exhale down, tuck the toes under, pressing up through the knees, and then back into a downward dog. Back to the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more breaths. Deep inhale. Exhale, rising to the balls of the feet. Take the gaze between the hands, and then on the no breath you can step, walk or jump to the front of the mat. Breathing in, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold. Pressing down through the feet, inhale, reaching all the way up. Beautiful tall mountain. Exhale, fold straight back down. Inhale, halfway lift, heads of the shoulders come back. Exhale, plant the palm, stepping it back into a high plank. So always an option to lower the knees here. You can always stay with that first option. Otherwise, we're going to breathe in. And then as you exhale, come forward to the tippy toes and then come down just halfway, which is your chaturanga, or you can come all the way down. Breathing in cobra, or maybe your up dog. So float the thighs, lifting up through the heart. Back to your downward dog as you breathe out. Just return back to the breath here. Breathing in and out. 2 more breaths. Beautiful. And then when you're ready, inhale, raise the right leg high. Hold it here as you exhale. Maybe just allow that left heel to come down towards the floor a little bit more. Raise the right heel a little bit higher. Breathing in. And then exhale, draw that knee towards your nose and step it through in between the hands. Just allow that back knee to come down to the floor. You can untuck the toes if you like. Breathing in, coming up. Just into a low lunge, just back off that lunge first and just lengthen the tailbone down to the floor. You should feel a little bit more of a stretch through the front of that left hip into the hip flexor. And then once you've found that length, then you can maintain the length and start to come forward. So rather than completely collapsing, just make sure that you're still nice and strong here. Breathing in. Let's take a nice deep inhale. And then as you exhale, bring the right hand just onto the right hip, and then you can just reach the left arm over. If you have a block or if you can reach the floor, you can take the right hand down to the floor. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, starting to come up. And then exhale, we're going to come to the other side. So you can have the left hand on the hip or on a block, or down onto the floor. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, coming back up. And then exhale, take those hands down to frame the front foot. Tuck the toes under at the back so you're really lifting up through the back leg, and then see if you can press down through the hands, and then silently as you can step back into a high plank. Take another deep breath in, and then exhale forward to the tippy toes, either down halfway to chaturanga, inhale up dog or cobra, and back to a downward dog. Inhale, raise the left leg high, hold it here as you breathe out. Taking one more deep inhale, lift that left heel a little bit higher, and then exhale, stepping it through between the hands. Lowering down the back knee, untucking the toes, and then breathing in, coming up. Backing off a little bit, lengthening that tailbone down. So you don't want to have it sticking out, or you don't want to undertuck it too much. Just find that nice kind of middle ground, lengthening it down, perfect. And you can start to come forward a little bit more. And take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you can bring that left hand down to the hip, reaching the right arm up and over. Maybe you want to find the floor if that feels okay. It might be a bit different through this side. I feel a little bit tighter through this side of my body. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, coming up. And then exhale, taking the right hand onto the hip, or maybe the right fingers down, hitting over. Don't forget to breathe. It's your foundation. Breathing in and out. Inhale, coming up. And then exhale, take those hands down, framing the front foot. Tuck the toes under, lifting up that back leg so you're really nice and strong. Press the floor away so almost that space between the shoulder blades starts to lift up towards the sky. Stepping back into your high plank, and then on your exhale, coming forward and down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And back to downward dog. Breathing in and breathing out. 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale, raise the right leg high. And then exhale, draw the right knee towards your nose in a high plank position. Really squeeze it in. You can always curl through the spine. Inhale, raise the right leg high. And then exhale, squeeze it over towards the right elbow. Inhale, reaching it high. Exhale, squeezing it over towards the left elbow. Inhale, high. And then exhale, drawing the knee towards your nose, and then step that foot through between the hands. Coming onto the fingertips, just finding your balance, finding some strength, so almost scissoring the legs together. Inhale, coming up into a crescent lunge. You might want to just soften through the back knee so you can find that same length of the tailbone down towards the floor. Keep breathing. You want to find a lift through the chest, but keep those lower ribs floating in so we can just stay nice and strong through the core as well. Deep breath in here. You can start to lift up through the arms a little, and then exhale, cactus the arms, so bend the elbows, open up, take the heart up towards the sky and a little back bend. Inhale, raise the arms high, you're almost still in that little back bend. And then exhale, we're going to twist. We're going to take the left hand forward and the right hand back. Beautiful. Then we're going to flip the left palm and inhale, reach the left arm high. The right hand comes down just onto the back of that left leg. So this is exalted crescent lunge. Take a deep breath in, lift a little bit more. And then exhale into reverse warrior. So a little bit tricky at first. Start to take the left hand back, the left heel finds the floor. So we're coming into our warrior 2, but we're coming all the way back into reverse warrior. So the left hand down to the left thigh. Keep a nice deep bend through the right leg as you reach back. Breathing in here and out. Breathing in. And then exhale, coming forward, right elbow to right knee, reaching the left arm forward. You might want to take the right fingertips down to the floor. You really want to try and rotate the rib cage up towards the sky here, wherever you are. So if you bring the fingertips down and the heart faces the floor, maybe just come back to that option before. Beautiful. Inhale back into reverse warrior. Try and keep the right knee steady. And then exhale, windmill the hands down to frame the front foot. Come onto the ball of the back foot. Inhale, stepping back into a high plank. Exhale, coming forward and down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And back to downward dog. Take a deep breath in. And let it go. Inhale, raise the left leg high. Exhale, draw the knee towards your nose in high plank. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, knee towards your left elbow, squeeze it in. Inhale, high. Exhale, knee towards the right elbow, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale, step that foot through between the hands. Beautiful, finding strength through the legs, almost scissoring them together. Breathing in, reaching the arms high. And as you exhale, settling in here. Maybe softening through the back knee. Lengthening the tailbone down. Really try and lengthen up through the waist here.
Keeping the floating ribs drawing in. Just keep soft through the face. This should feel good. Breathing in, you can start to lift up through the hands a little bit more. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the heart up towards the sky. Breathing in, reach the arms high. And then exhale, twisting right hand forward, left hand back. So we're always twisting towards that front leg. It can get a little bit tricky. Flip the front palm, inhale, reaching back, exalted crescent lunge. Lifting up here. So exalted means to be uplifted, to be taken higher. So can you try and embody that here? Deep breath in. And then exhale, transitioning to our reverse warrior. So grounding down through that back heel, taking the right hand all the way back, lifting up through the left hand. Keep breathing. You want to feel a nice opening along the left side here. Deep inhale. Exhale, extended side angle, left elbow to the left knee, and then reach that right arm up and over. Maybe take the fingertips down if that works for you. Rotating the heart up to the sky. Breathing into your reverse warrior again, keep the left knee nice and steady. Exhale, windmill the hands down to frame the front foot. Come onto the ball of that back foot. Press down through the palms, inhale, stepping back into your high plank. Remember, you can lower the knees and you can lower either halfway to chaturanga or you can come all the way to the floor. Inhale into baby cobra or up dog. And then back into your downward dog. Just always modifying as you need. Breathing in and breathing out. Stay with the breath in that downward dog position. So we're just going to move through that same sequence with pretty much one breath per movement. So just take it at your pace. If you need to rest, then rest. If you need to go slower, go slower. If you're wanting to go a bit faster, that's also fine. And just remember, you can find a child's pose, you can find a Savasana whenever you need it. So really listening to your body. It's very hot here up in the tropics. All right, so take a nice deep breath in when you're ready and let it go. Inhale, raise the right leg high, keeping the toes facing the floor. Exhale, draw your knee towards your nose in high plank, squeeze it in. Inhale, reaching the leg high. Exhale, knee towards the right elbow, squeeze it in. Inhale, reach it high. Exhale to the left. Inhale high. Exhale, stepping it through between the hands. Breathing in, crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the heart to the sky. Inhale, reaching the arms high. Exhale, the left hand comes forward, the right hand comes back. So coming towards that front leg, flipping the front palm. Inhale, exalted crescent lunge. Exhale, take it all the way back into reverse warrior. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, extended side angle, elbow to knee, reaching the left arm forward. Inhale, reverse, keeping the legs nice and steady. Exhale, windmill the hands down, frame the front foot. Breathing in, stepping back. Exhale, Vinyasa, so down through chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. Downward dog. Breathing in the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale high. Exhale, knee to the left elbow. Inhale high. Knee to the right. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, step that foot through between the hands. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms, open the heart. Inhale, reaching the arms high. Exhale, twist right hand forward, left hand back. Flip the front palm, inhale, reaching up. Exhale into that reverse warrior, ground down the back heel, reaching up. Exhale, extended side angle, left elbow to knee or fingertips down to the floor. Keep the legs steady, breathing in reverse. Exhale, windmill the hands down, frame the front foot. Breathing in, step it back. Exhale, down through chaturanga. Up dog or cobra. And back to your downward dog. Breathing in, right leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale. Exhale, squeeze it to the right elbow. Inhale, lift. Exhale to the left. Inhale, lift it high. And exhale, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Exhale, open the heart. Inhale, reach the arms high. Exhale, twist left hand forward. Flipping that front palm, breathing in, exalted crescent lunge. Exhale to transition, reverse warrior. The back heel finds the floor. Breathe it in, open it up. Exhale, transitioning, extended side angle, Utthita Parshvakonasana. Inhale, reverse it back. Exhale, windmill the hands down. Mindful movements, breathing in, step it back, don't rush it. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale to your back bend. Downward dog. Breathing in the left leg high. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale high. Knee to the left. Inhale high. Knee to the right. Breathing in. Exhale, stepping it through. Breathing in, crescent lunge. Exhale, cactus the arms, open it up. Breathing in, reach the arms high. Exhale, twist the right hand comes forward. Flip the front palm, breathing in. Exhale, reverse. Deep inhale. Exhales when you transition. Breathing in. Exhale. All the way down. Inhale, stepping it back. Exhale, move through your version of your vinyasa. Back to the downward dog. We're just doing that one more time. Breathing in, right leg high. Knee to nose. Breathe it in. It's just you and your breath. Knee to the right elbow. Inhale, lift. Over to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step it through. Breathing in, crescent lunge. Practice the arms, open it up. You should be nice and warm. Breathing in. Exhale, twist. There should be a little bit of challenge. Embrace that. Breathing in, exalted crescent lunge. Exhale, reverse it back and take a nice deep inhale here. Exhale to come forward. Take a nice deep inhale to reverse it back. And then exhale, windmill the hands down. Breathing in, step it back. Move through your flow. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale high. Exhale, knee to the left. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Breathing in. Stepping it forward between the hands. Inhale, reaching it up. Cactus the arms, open the heart. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Flipping the front palm, exalted crescent. Exhale, reverse it back. Inhale. Exhale, taking it forward. Breathing in to reverse it back. And windmill those hands down, frame the front foot. Stepping back, high plank. Move through your vinyasa. Back to downward dog. Breathing in here. Just a few moments, you can either stay in downward dog, or if you need, you can come to child's pose. And just really slow down your breath wherever you are. Maybe you need to take a drink of water. Beautiful. Taking 2 more breaths wherever you are. A little bit tricky, so if you're in your downward dog, then you're going to see if you can lower the elbows to the floor at the same time. So you'll just slowly lower them down. If they feel like they're too wide, then come down to your knees, and that's the other way. Everyone's on their knees if you're in child's pose. Just wrap the hands around the elbows so you know that they're going to be hip distance apart. Shoulder distance apart, and then you can take the hands forward, spreading the fingers nice and wide here. And then we're lifting up, straightening the legs, finding dolphin pose. So just to make this a little bit more challenging, you can start to have the feet together, and you might want to walk the toes a bit closer to the face. You really want to lift the heels high and keep pressing the heart back towards the thighs. We'll make it a little bit more challenging here. Beautiful. Keep pressing down through those forearms. This is a really amazing strength for the shoulders. Option to just keep both feet on the floor, or if you like, you can start to reach the right leg high here. Beautiful. Then we're going to inhale, come forward, so bringing the chin towards the thumbs. Inhale. And then exhale, press it back. Try and stay nice and high on that left heel. Inhale, coming forward. Exhale back. We have 3 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. 1 more. Breathing in. And back. Take a deep breath in here. And then take that right foot down. You can adjust the elbows as you need. Make sure they're not coming out too wide. Breathing in to raise the left leg high if you like. Inhale, chin comes forward. Exhale, press it back. Inhale forward. And back. We have 3 more. Coming forward. Pressing back. 2 more. Beautiful work. Breathing in, lifting that leg a little bit higher, and then take it down. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, child's pose. You can keep the knees wide or have them together. And just breathing. Just see if you can lengthen your exhales so they are longer than the inhale. When we do that, it really helps to slow down the heart rate. And it helps us to center in. Helps us to find stillness. Just that really simple practice of lengthening the exhalation. Beautiful. So slowly, when you're ready, you might be really dying of the tropical heat like me. That's good. Good for our bodies. And then you're just going to slowly roll up, and we're just going to do a couple of back bends or Ustrasana, our camel pose. So coming up to kneel, tucking the toes under at the back, So you want to keep the hips kind of over the knees, and you can have those knees hip distance apart, or they can actually be just a little bit wider, not too wide, just the tiniest bit that might actually end up giving you a little bit more space. So from here, just going to bring the hands onto the lower back so they can face down or whatever feels better for you. You want to start to draw the legs together. This is going to activate the inner thighs. It's also going to help to activate the pelvic floor a little. Start to draw the front of the hip bones together. And then really hug the elbows back towards one another, breathing in to lift up through the heart. And you can start to just come back. This might be where you stay, or maybe you want to take the hands down onto the legs, keeping the hips pressing forward, uplifting through the heart. You can look forward, or you might want to extend the head all the way back. And just breathe. Slowly you can start to bring the hands onto the lower back. Slowly you can start to find a child's pose with the knees together, just slowly coming down. Slowly coming up and getting ready for the other side. So, sorry, not the other side, just the second round. So you can come up. Maybe you want to keep the toes untucked this time. Same thing, knees under the hips a little bit wider. Drawing the legs in, find that support. Hugging the hip bones together. You can have a little activation through the glutes. And starting to draw the elbows back, lifting up through the heart. And then if you like, you can take the hands down, just finding the level that you need, finding a comfortable position with the head. Use the breath here. Slowly coming up, hands onto the lower back, slowly making your way back down to a child's pose. Really breathe into the back. Just notice what you feel after a back bend. Sometimes they can be pretty scary. I really never used to like back bends when I started yoga, but persisting, I found this really amazing, uplifting or exhilarating quality. So notice what you feel. Sometimes just that release after something intense or scary or exhilarating, we come back and it just totally focuses us in. So maybe use that, center in. Just notice what this moment feels like. Keep softening the shoulders and soften the face. Beautiful. And slowly, when you're ready, you can just start to roll up through the spine. coming into just a little kneeling position. Now, just an option in this practice, if you want, because it's online and you want to keep this maybe more just to an hour, you can skip this next little sequence and you could come to, I'm going to do a little bit of core and a little bit of stretching. That's totally up to you. Otherwise, we're going to find our way into a downward dog again. So you can just come forward, or you can come straight from that child's pose with the toes tucked under, lifting up, finding your way back into that pose, and just breathing here. Let's take a nice deep breath in through the nose, and then open your mouth, let it go. One more of those, inhale, and let it go. Breathing in and raise the right leg high, and then exhale, step that foot through between the hands. And then from here, just step that back foot forward slightly. Have the legs straight, come all the way up to standing, bringing the hands onto the hips. So you want to have the hip bones facing forward, so you might just need to kind of walk the toes out a little bit here. So it's almost like you're in train tracks. Otherwise, you can have them a bit closer together. That just depends on what feels good in your body. I like to have mine just a little bit further apart. Squaring the hips forward, same action, lengthen the tailbone down, or think about drawing your pubic bone to your navel. And then you can come into reverse prayer if you like, or you can take the hands just interlaced behind you. So reverse prayer, you just have the palms together, really opening back through those elbows. Beautiful. So keeping that right hip drawing back, let's take a nice deep breath in, almost lifting up through the chest, and then exhale, you can start to fold forward. This is Parsvottanasana. So you can really lengthen through the crown of the head. So for this part, I just encourage you to keep the spine long, so there's no rounding. And then if you like, you can fold a little bit more and even just allow a little bit of rounding through the spine for this pose. Keep breathing here, doing your best to balance. Beautiful work. And then from here, we're going to keep the hands as they are and see if we can hop forward. You might have a plant in the way, or maybe you don't. Hopping forward into Virabhadrasana 3 or Warrior 3. If you need, you could have the hands on the floor or hands on a block. Hands on the hips, it's all an option. This is a bit of a tricky balancing pose. Try and keep the hips square here. Extend back out through that left heel. Keep breathing. And then inhale, come up to standing, drawing the left knee to your chest. So just try and do that as gracefully as you can, coming all the way up. Lovely. And then you're going to come into tree pose. So you just want to bring the left foot to the inside of the right leg somewhere. So that might be just down on the floor, on the heel, could be on the calf. You might want to take hold of the left ankle and bring it all the way up. So you're on the inside of that right thigh. Bring the hands to your heart here. The right hip is going to want to stick out. Draw it in towards the midline, pressing that left foot into the thigh. Really feel down into the right foot, almost like you have roots really going down and grounding you, stabilizing you. And then if you want to, you can start to grow your branches, lifting up, just an option. You can open out, you can rotate the pinky fingers in, helps to create a bit of openness through the chest. Beautiful. You can start to lower the hands down. If you want, you might even want to bring them into reverse prayer, just an option. And then from here, so I'll just face the way you're facing, and you can start to extend the leg back, so we're coming back through that Warrior 3 position, being as graceful as you can. And then slowly we're going to lower that left leg back down. We're coming into a crescent lunge, so open up through the heart. Find a little back bend here.
Breathing in, reaching the arms high here. And then now as you exhale, bring the hands down through the heart. We're going to take the left hand down to the floor. So I'll just come round to the other side. Beautiful. Left hand down to the floor, and we're going to step back into a side plank. You can bring the hand onto the hip if you like. And we're going to step back into a side plank, right leg on top of the left. Option, you can bring the right leg forward, or you can have the left knee down. You might want to be there. You might want to extend up. You might want to take hold of that, that foot with the hand. That's all up to you. We're all going to find our way just into our version. Breathing in here. And then exhale, we're going to thread the right arm underneath the left. Breathing in, reaching high. Exhale, thread it. Breathing in, reach. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale, reach. One more, breathing in. And then exhale, taking that right hand down. Breathing in here. Exhale, coming forward and then down through chaturanga. That's an option if you come all the way to the floor. Remember, breathing in, your back bend. Back to downward dog. Beautiful work. So breathing in, raising the left leg high, and that same three-legged downward dog. Exhale, stepping it through between the hands. Stepping the back foot forward slightly, bringing the hands onto the hips and breathing in to come all the way up. Aligning the feet as feels good. You want to have the hips, both hip bones facing forward. Finding the position with the hands, maybe reverse prayer, maybe hands onto the opposite elbows. Or hands could even stay on the hips and just really work the elbows back. Breathing in, find a nice lift through the heart. And then exhale, you can start to come forward, keeping the spine nice and long. And then you might want to round the spine here. Keep pressing down through both feet, through the outer edge of the back foot, through the ball, the big toe of that left foot. Beautiful, and then when you're ready, hop forward into warrior three, keeping the hands as they are in that reverse prayer. And kind of making a T shape here with the body. And then when you're ready, breathing in, knee to chest, and finding your version of your tree pose. Right foot to the inside of the left leg, drawing the left hip into the midline, hands to your heart. Draw the shoulder blades together and down the back. You want to find your drishti, or your just a focal point for the gaze. That'll help you to find your stability, your balance. If you want to, you can grow the arms. Find a nice broadening through the collarbones. Maybe find a little lift through the corners of your mouth. Notice how that makes you feel. Maybe a little lighter. Perfect. Maybe bring the hands now. You can bring them behind you again. And then from here, coming back through your warrior three. And then you can slowly lower the right toes down into your crescent lunge. Beautiful. Breathing in a little back bend. You can reach the hands back then. Just enjoy it, reaching it back. Exhale, bring the hands through the heart. Take the right hand down to the floor. And we're going to step back into our side plank. So trickiest kind of option is bring the hands around the peace fingers around the left big toe, and then you're going to lift back, reaching the left leg up here, or you might just step it back in front of you. You can take the right knee down, whatever you need. Finding your way there. And then breathing in. And then exhale, threading the left arm underneath. Obviously, if you are holding the leg, you'll need to let it go. Breathing in. Exhale, threading it under. Inhale here. Exhale, threading it under. Breathing in. Exhale. Inhale. And then exhale, coming back. Just finding a nice high plank here. Holding here, pressing down through the hands, trying to raise that space between the shoulder blades up towards the sky. Firm the thighs here. Beautiful. I'm just trying to build a little bit more heat through the core, give it some love. So this should start to be challenging to hold. Then when you're ready, we're going to inhale and just take the feet over to the right and drop the right hip down. Exhale, drawing back towards the center. Inhale, taking it down. Exhale, drawing back. Inhale, down. Exhale, draw it back. Inhale, down. Exhale to center. Keep flowing with this. You and your breath. Find your focus. Beautiful. One more on each side. Great work. Take a deep breath in, and then you can move through your vinyasa, or you can come straight back to a downward dog. It's your option. Take your variation, whatever you need. Take a deep inhale. Open the mouth, let it go. Beautiful work. Inhale, raise the right leg high. And then exhale, coming into pigeon pose, draw the right knee towards the right wrist, bringing the right ankle over towards the left side of the mat, extending the left leg nice and long behind you. Trying to square the hips here, breathing in, lengthen up through the spine. And then exhale, you can come forward in your own time. So you might want to have a block or a bolster in front of you to rest the head on, or you can stack your fists on top of one another as well. You could have a cushion or whatever you really have at home, or some books, whatever you want to use. Really use the breath here. So really use the breath to help you relax. You might use the inhale to create space where you need it in the body. And then the exhale to help you let go, to help you release. And just take 3 more breaths wherever you are. And then whenever you're ready, you can start to come up and bring the hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes under at the back and come back up into a downward dog. You might want to reach the right leg and find a 3-legged dog or scorpion dog, so you can just bend the right knee, opening up. And then you can come down. You can do that same thing with the left leg, opening up. Pressing the heart back to the thighs. And then when you're ready, pigeon on the other side, drawing the left knee towards the wrist. Extending the legs back.
Breathing in, lifting out of the hips, lengthening through the spine, and then folding forward, just in your own time. Don't rush it. Just using the breath here to help you. So learning how to let go and relax is just as much of a practice as strengthening. Just notice if there's anything that you're holding on to that you could release. And just gently starting to come up, bringing the hands under the shoulders, this time just drawing the right leg around, bringing it in, bringing the hands, drawing the feet around to the front. We're just going to come into Paschimottanasana, nice forward fold. It's really nice to, especially if you're kind of rounding back through the hips or rounding through the spine, to actually sit on a pillow or something just to give you a little bit more of a forward tilt. And it's also then really nice to have a bend in the knees. I often do that at the start. So you just want the pelvis to be able to tilt forward a bit more. That'll be a lot better through the back and just help you to come into this pose in a bit more of a healthy way for the body. So just start by really lengthening the spine. You can lift up the arms and then exhale, coming forward. The hands find somewhere on the legs. You want to try and keep the heart reaching forward, so there shouldn't be any rounding and reaching. So in our yin, we let the spine round, but in more of this yang or active practice, we want to stay nice and long through the spine. So keeping the heart reaching to the toes. You might just start to then, be able to lengthen the legs. Just see how you go, just trying to keep the belly towards the thighs. And I like to find a rhythm where I inhale and lengthen the spine, and then exhale, deepen. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, deepen. It's just a very subtle movement, using the breath to help you deepen here, to help you let go. I'm just taking 2 more deep breaths. And you can slowly start to roll up through the spine. I'm just going to find a comfortable sitting position. And we're just going to, before we come into Savasana, we're going to end with a little loving kindness meditation, which is a Buddhist meditation, or they call it Metta Meditation. So just finding a comfortable seated position. If you feel like you're kind of rounding back, it's really nice to sit on a block or sit on some cushions. So Just want to sit on that block. And that just helps to kind of, when you have the hips above the knees, it just really helps the spine to lengthen and also free up the chest then. So whatever feels good for you. And then we're just going to bring the hands to the heart. Close down the eyes. And just really feeling down into your seat. Really feeling the sitting bones grounding. Just feeling this stability through the pelvis and the legs. And then from there, really feeling the spine lengthening, the waist lengthening. And feeling a lift through the back of the heart. Softening of the shoulders. Softening of the face. Find the breath. Letting it flow deeply in and out. Just feeling into your heart space. And just imagining warmth there. Maybe even it's a shining light there in your chest. And just feel this warmth and this light starting to radiate out through the body, maybe even outside of yourself. Centering back in, feeling the warmth there in your heart. These next few words that I say, just inwardly repeat them to yourself. And these next few words we are offering towards ourselves. So offer it towards you. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be filled with the deepest compassion. And may I be at peace. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be filled with the deepest compassion. And may I be at peace. And then directing these next words to someone that you love, or someone that you think might be needing a little extra love and support. Visualize that person, see them, just imagine what they feel like. Offering these next words to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be filled with the deepest compassion. And may you be at peace. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be filled with the deepest compassion. And may you be at peace. And directing these next words or this next feeling out into the world, to all the people who are needing more love and support. Every being in the world. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be filled with the deepest compassion. And may all beings be at peace. May all beings be happy. May all beings be healthy. May all beings be filled with the deepest compassion. And may all beings be at peace. It's really connecting into your heart space. As Rumi says, there is more love within you than you could ever understand. It's tuning into your heart space. And as Rumi says, there is more love within you than you could ever understand. Take a gentle breath in and let it go. And gently release the hands down. Just moving slowly and mindfully. Open the eyes if you wish, or you can keep them closed, and you can start to make your way onto your back for our final pose, our Savasana. So making sure there's room for your head and your feet. You can maybe wrap the arms around the legs and just coming down. You can draw them in and rock from side to side, giving yourself a nice little cuddle. Take the arms wide and take a deep breath in. And then exhale, take the knees over to the left, and you can take the gaze over the right, just a really gentle twist. Just kind of let this pose be passive, let the body be soft, let it be subtle. And then gently breathe in, draw the knees back to center and let them come over to the other side. Take the gaze over the left shoulder. And just breathe deeply, breathe into the belly. And then gently bring the knees back into center. And then come into your final pose, your Shavasana. So just let the legs be nice and long, let the feet be a bit wider than hip distance apart. Just allow the toes to fall out naturally to the sides. And have the backs of the hands on the floor so the palms face the sky. Just gently tucking the chin so you lengthen through the back of the neck. Just really allow yourself to soften down. Just imagine that the earth is rising up to cradle your body. So you can give your weight to the earth. Just allow yourself to be held. All you need to do right now is allow yourself to let go a little more. Quote by Shirdi Sai Baba, and it says, "Love one another and help others to rise to higher levels simply by pouring out love." And take a gentle breath in and let it go. Gently bring some movement to your fingers and toes. And then gently draw your knees in towards your chest and give yourself a little cuddle. And then just slowly rolling over onto your right side.
keeping the eyes closed. And then keeping the eyes closed, gently making your way into a seated position, bringing the palms together at your heart center. Just take a moment to offer gratitude towards yourself for dedicating this time out of your day for your health, your well-being, whatever it is you are needing. Inwardly say, thank you. Gently raising your thumbs between your eyebrows and softening forward. Namaste. Thank you all so much for sharing your practice wherever you are, whatever time you're going through. I hope that coming in and finding a sense of maybe connecting to stillness or just connecting in with yourself can help you in your daily life. So it is a total pleasure to share with you. And I am looking forward to maybe doing a few more of these. We'll just see what happens, but let me know if you think